More people than ever expected to bet on the Summer Olympics in Paris, fueled by the recent boom in U.S. Legal gambling. Sportsbooks are gearing up for a surge in wagers as the games approach. Joining us now is Patrick Rishe, director of the Sports Business Program at Washington University. And Pat, maybe you can just help me with normal odds making. I'm always in awe of how right and exactly where these odds are, how they're set, and it's amazing. How are they going to do that with every athlete competing at the Olympics? How do you get? Is it AI? Is it just the way the bets line up? Do you understand what I'm saying? How can we possibly pick a favorite when we have no idea?
I absolutely understand what you're saying, Joe, and I think the analytics people that help set the odds in Vegas would probably be in demand for any analytics team in professional sports. It is truly amazing. It's going to be tricky, right? And I think there's going to be opportunities for the wise guys, people that really know the markets of these different sports, whether it's gymnastics or swimming or whatever the case may be. There may be a unique opportunity where some of the bettors, they know the market better than the odds makers, and that's where real profitability occurs. But Joe, look, the Super Bowl betting this year was north of $25 billion. The March Madness betting was close to $3 billion. I'm going to be fascinated with increased legalization of statewide gambling. Where will that number be for the totality of the Olympics when it's all said and done? I would be impressed if it was even a third of March Madness, which would put it at about $1 billion. I don't know if it will get there, but it is going to be bigger than it has been in the past.
Than it has been. And what will be the most popular events, do you think? What's most suitable? I guess soccer, things like that. We do that already.
I think men's basketball, you're going to see the most action just because there's greater familiarity with basketball. And it's not just betting on who's going to win, because many people believe the U.S. men will run away with it, as will the U.S. women. But you can see a lot of prop bets, these exotic bets. So, for example, Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man of the Minnesota Timberwolves, he scored 20 or more points. What's the over-under? So those kinds of exotic bets, I think you'll see not just in basketball, but you could see it in gymnastics and swimming. Will someone be over under a certain time? Will someone score above a 10 or above a 9 on the floor exercise in gymnastics? There's a lot of opportunities in terms of betting volume because of these exotic bets.
You saw the just shifting gears. You saw the judge's decision. We're back to trying to figure out exactly what a college athlete is. Is there such a thing anymore? I mean, on the one hand, those schools would make no money without the people that are actually generating the fan interest. But what's the line we need to walk now, Patrick? What did this judge? How does it change things?
Well, again, I mean, we all know which direction this is going. And I think, Joe, you and I are in the same boat, that we believe that these student athletes all along should have been compensated for their performance. And, where is that line? Because once they become employees, and forgive the pet that's scrambling in the background, once they become employees, Joe, what are the expectations going to be in terms of the number of hours that they could potentially be expected to work? What implications are there? I think that there's a lot of things that still need to be vetted, and obviously we're going to see how that plays out going forward. Right.
One of the provisions was got to be paid minimum wage. That'd be good for not for the athletes. It'd be. I mean, I'm sure that everyone would certainly agree to pay. I mean, they make 100 times the minimum wage, or is what they're worth. How does that even apply? Some of these things, it just seems odd to even talk about it.
Joe, I think the craziest thing with what's happening, and I've talked to a lot of college athletic administrators, is that clearly the schools like Ohio State, Michigan's, Alabama's, Georgia's, they're the biggest beneficiaries because they have the greatest revenues. You take these middle tier schools, like in St. Louis, we have St. Louis University, where I went to college, UNC Charlotte. These are the schools where there is so much poaching going on that I could only imagine how difficult it must be to be an athletic administrator at schools like this, where if a kid comes in and outperforms, that a place like St. Louis University, UNC Charlotte, recruits a kid that maybe outperforms, good luck keeping that kid beyond their freshman year, because you're going to have all these larger schools poaching them with their collectives and everything else. So I think that's the greatest challenge for these middle tier. And I wouldn't be surprised at some point if you see this separation between the very top 60 or 70 schools versus all the other schools in Division I.
It's left the barn, though. I don't know. The toothpaste is out of the. What's your favorite?
Oh, I don't
team?
expect it to change. I think that there'll be even more change again. You could see the siphoning.
We're ahead of that. Yeah, we're not going back.